G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go video. So jumping into Go Battle League, and I just want to say a massive thank you to all those people who have subscribed recently, and subscribed in general. So I've hit 500 subscribers now. So I know for some people it's not much, but for me I think that's a really big achievement. So thank you very much for all those who have subscribed, and if you haven't and like what you see, hit that subscribe button down below. But let's jump into the Master League and see what we get. So Master League is still running, and I'm going to jump into the Master League Classic. I'm going to slightly change up my team. So I'm going to go with Groudon with Dragon Tail, Fire Punch, and Earthquake, Dialga with Dragon Breath, Iron Head, and Raikou Meteor. And then my last one is actually going to be Raikou with Thunder Shock, Wild Charge, and Shadow Ball. So let's give it a go, see how we go. So Raikou is a hundo, so I'll thought I'd try it out. There's a lot more flying types in the meta now, so with Ho-Oh and Lugia coming in, as well as what's the other one? A few others. So I thought I'd give it a go, and Dragon Tail. So I thought I'd try out the Dragon Tail. In this instance, this is not a good one to start with. I would have much rather Mud Shot on the Metagross. So they're not shielding that up, but that's fine. I'm going to go straight for these Fire Punches, and I'm going to go for another one. We'll see what they want to do. So yes, they do want to shield up now. Another charge move coming through. I'm actually going to let this go. Meteor Mash is probably going to take me out from this range, and it does. And I'm going to come in with the Raikou and look to farm down. So unfortunately, they're just able to get to another charge move. I'm going to let it go because Meteor Mash is going to be resisted, but Raikou is very, very glassy, as you can see. So out comes the Dialga. I'm going to go for the Wild Charge. Unfortunately, I missed a few bubbles there, which is really unfortunate. And then I'm going to swap into my own Dialga and see what they want to do. So out comes the Kyogre. And I'm really hoping that they no-shield this, and they shield it up. Oh, that's brutal. I was really, really hoping for a no-shield, because then I could have... yeah, so unfortunate. Decided they wanted to let that one go. So I'm going to actually throw this Wild Charge straight away, because I want to try and avoid being hit, and it does enough to KO. Out comes the Dialga, and as you can see there, I actually misplayed that. I had a Wild Charge and didn't throw it, and the Dialga farmed me down. So that one I 100% should have won, but was thinking the Wild Charge is resisted. I want to go for the Shadow Ball, but at that health it made no difference. So Dragonite. So this is the lead you want with this. So I'm going to throw the Fire Punch because I need to do that chip damage. They won't shield, which is absolutely fine, but it means they should only be getting to one charge move instead of being able to get to two. So they should only get to one Dragon Claw instead of being able to get to two, and I'm able to charge it down. So that is why you want Dragon Tail rather than Mud Shot. That flips that match right up, which is absolutely outstanding. So out comes a Gyarados, and obviously that is going to do a lot of damage to me. Going to shield it up. Raikou is going to be an excellent response to the Gyarados, and I was hoping to try and catch an Aqua Tail here. Let's see if I was able to catch the Aqua Tail. So I was able to catch the Aqua Tail on the Dialga. Unfortunately, they have a Metagross in the back. So two Metagrosses. I don't see it that often, but yeah, have back-to-back with the first games I'm playing with Raikou is not ideal. So obviously Raikou is going to resist, and they undercharge. Well, did they undercharge, or did they just... It just does no damage. So unfortunately, they're going to get to another charge move. I'm going to let it go because Meteor Mash, again, isn't going to do too much. I'm going to throw the Shadow Ball here, and hopefully they don't want to shield, but they do. So that's really bad for me. I've just got to be wary of the Gyarados here being able to throw a charge move. So just going to instantly throw the Wild Charge there. I'm able to get to another Wild Charge. And is it going to be enough to KO? It is, with just just 1 HP left on the Raikou, and it's able to clean up that game. So wanted to be careful on... I didn't want them coming in and throwing. If they had have thrown on the Gyarados, then obviously they would have had enough energy to throw on the Metagross as well and take me out. So GG's right there. Into the next one, and it's a Mewtwo on the lead. So this is not ideal, but they're not switching out, so that's not too bad. I'm going to shield up this first one, hoping it's a Focus Blast, and it's not. It's just the Side Strike bait. Out comes the Snorlax, so going to throw the Iron Head and expect a superpower to come through. Let's see if I can get to another Iron Head, and I'm able to get to the Iron Head. So they may want to so they just completely sack the Snorlax, which is fine. Another charge move coming through. Dialga's definitely done its job, but I am going to shield it up again. So now I'm down 2 shields. So that was too quick, so it has to be another Side Strike. So I'm assuming they're running Side Strike and Shadow Ball. Let's see what they want to do. So Yveltal comes out. So I'm actually going to come out with my Groudon here because I want to have it throw as much energy as possible and try and start burning some shields here. Let's see what they want to do. So first shield, happy days. Let's see if I can get to another one. Not able to get there. What do they want to do? Dark Pulse comes through. I'm going to come out with the Dialga and farm down, and the Mewtwo's actually going to have to throw energy. It's not able to get there, and I'm able to charge it down, and the Raikou just stayed in the back. So I didn't want to come out with the Raikou onto the Yveltal just because I didn't want it having an energy lead, because Raikou's so glassy. You really should be saving shields for it. So for that one, thankfully, I got there in the end. So happy days. So Togekiss comes out, and this is horrible. So I'm going to swap into my Dialga here, which is a terrible, terrible position to be in. Possibly I should be swapping into my Raikou, but if I swap into the Raikou, they're just going to swap out, and then I've got nothing in the back. So to be honest, I was hoping that they would swap this out. Ancient Power comes through, and it's not going to be doing too much damage, but they are then going to be able to take me out. So I was able to get the shield advantage, which is about all I could hope for. Out comes the Zekrom, and I'm expecting a crunch to come through here, so I'm going to shield this one up, and then I'm going to swap into my Groudon. Obviously, it's still doing a lot of damage, so I'm going to let this one go. Because the Dragon move, so Dragon Tail is still going to be super effective against the Dragon typing that is Zekrom, so happy days. So going to throw the Dragon Tail and able to then look to farm down, which I'm able to do. And then what is coming out? Obviously, it's the Togekiss again. So this works out absolutely perfectly for me. I'm able to get to one little charge move there, and then I've got lots of energy on the Raikou, and I'm actually going to throw the Shadow Ball because I don't want to debuff myself right away. And out comes Darkrai. So now I've got back-to-back wild charges, and let's see if that's going to be enough. So one shield down, and I'm going to have to charge up to almost back-to-back again. Throw the wild charge. Is it enough? It's not quite enough. Can I get to the next one? Yes, I can. So able to get to another wild charge, and it's going to take it out there with, again, 1 HP. I've got a shield. Obviously, the Darkrai had a charge move, but they wanted to save back-to-back. There's no point throwing one because I'm just going to shield that up. So happy days, able to get the win. Yeah, really looking good, and we'll jump into the next set. So the other move you can be running on Raikou is Volt Switch, and I do kind of think Volt Switch might be the better option because it allows for... So on the lead we've got Mewtwo, and this is a terrible lead. Again, going to expect a Psy Strike to come through, and it just does so much damage. So I'm going to charge up to try and bait out an Earthquake here. Missed a few of those bubbles and did get the shield, so happy days. So I'm going to shield myself here and see what they want to do. So Psy Strike comes through, and then they swap into their, into a Dialga. So need to remember there's a bit of energy on that Mewtwo, and there's something with very little health. So for this one, I'm going to let this go because I don't think it's going to be... And it's a Thunder, so they must be running Thunder and Iron Head. So not a bad leave there, so let that one go and see what they've got. So out comes the Kyogre. I'm just going to Draco Meteor this thing. If they want to shield, then fine. So they do shield that up, but that's fine. I'm going to look to get to another one and not quite able to get to the charge move. So not looking good for me here. So going to charge up and then swap and try and catch a charge move. Unfortunately, not able to catch a charge move. So no sack swap there for me. I think I was one too early. So Surf comes through. Shielded that up. Another Surf is coming through now. So what I've got to do here is try and get to... Oh, they let it go. Can I get to the Wild Charge before the Mewtwo? I'm able to get to the Wild Charge before Mewtwo can get to the Psy Strike, and that is going to be good game, just able to get there. So very close game there. Would have liked to catch the sack. So had I caught the sack swap on the Groudon, to be honest, once Raikou debuffs itself a couple of times, it probably doesn't matter if it's got that extra health on it. It's a Psy Strike. If they had have got to Psy Strike first, it would have been GG's, no matter the health after that sort of debuff. So we've got the mirror match, and they're running Dragon Tail as well. So for this one, I don't actually have a very good... I have no counter for a Groudon in the back, which I have realised... which is really unfortunate for me if I run into one, but for running one on the lead is quite nice, and they let the first one go, so that's absolutely massive. So I'm going to charge up and try and fake another Earthquake, and let's see what they want to do, and they don't. They just let it go, and they're going to look to farm down, and they're able to do it. So really not ideal for me. And for this one, I'm going to have to call it. And it is the Iron Head. That's absolutely spectacular. And then I'm going to be able to farm down. So let's see what comes in now. It is the Mewtwo. So, got the Mewtwo. Just going to throw this Iron Head, and they shield up. And it is obviously the shiny buddy boosted Mewtwo. So nice little bit of a flex there. And now I'm going to let this go. If it is the Psy Strike, it probably... Oh, it will KO, so it must be very, very close to being able to KO. Here, I want to let them throw first. I'm going to shield this up, and I'm going to have to get to back-to-back wild charges here, and let's see what they want to do. So will they shield this up? So they wanted to shield that up, and we see MP tied. Well, they had a charge move ready. Psy Strike, as you can see, just absolutely destroys me. So not ideal for me there. Had I got to my wild charge first, my second wild charge would have been okay because it would have taken out the Mewtwo at that range. But I mean, yeah, I guess they were waiting for it. So yeah, it is what it is. So next comes another Groudon Mirror. Again, another Dragon Tail Groudon. It does seem to be a very, very popular pick. So they did throw the Earthquake, and I did correctly shield it. So happy days. So there we go. So first achievement done. They don't shield, so that's fine. And again, another Mewtwo. So the question is this a line that is... has been made popular by another YouTuber? If it is, let me know down in the comments below and we can check it out. So I wanted to try and catch a Psy Strike on my Dialga, and I was able to do so. Out comes Yveltal. So, able to soak up that energy is absolutely spectacular, and I am going to be able to get to some Iron Heads and really start putting some pressure on this thing. So, I don't think this is enough to be a Focus Blast, but it turns out, a Dark Pulse is enough to take out from that range. Yveltal is an absolute beast. So they do have a shield, so I'm going to have to shield up this first one. Thankfully, I did soak up some damage earlier, but they have back-to-back, so not ideal for me, and as you can see, that takes me out because I'm very much too glassy. So Mewtwo and the spammy nature of its Size Strike is really not doing me any favours. Need to be watching that for future games and really trying to manage that. So on the lead, they have a Melmetal, and I'm going to instantly swap. They swapped into their Togekiss, and I'm going to come out with my Raikou. I'm going to shield this up, and it's an Aerial Ace, so that's a really poor shield by me. But, I mean, let's see what they want to do. So, Wild Charge comes through, and they just let it go. So, out comes the Melmetal to do a little bit of damage. Obviously, wanting to store up a little bit of energy to throw some superpowers onto the Groudon when it comes out. So if they don't throw energy soon, I'm going to be able to get to another Wild Charge. As you can see, Wild Charge does a lot of damage, and they have to use a shield, and they throw energy. They do have energy on stored, so we'll have to see what they want to do. So out comes the Kyogre. So Kyogre is not a great match for me. Surf coming through is going to be resisted, but the waterfalls just do so much damage. And because the Iron Head is going to be resisted, it's really not ideal for me. So I want to burn a shield here, and I don't. So that is very, very brutal. Going to let this go. Surf shouldn't be doing enough to KO from this range, and it's not. And let's see what they want to do. So I'm going to... Well, so they're going to surrender. So what I was going to say is what I was going to do is try and get to the Draco. If I couldn't get to the Draco, throw the Iron Head. But I was not going to be using a shield on the for the Dialga, obviously, because it was so low health. So we'll jump into the next one, and we get another Melmetal lead. So again, this wouldn't be as good with as a Mud Shot, but then they swap into their own Groudon. And what do I want to do here? So I'm going to shield this up. Let's see what they want to do. And it's a Fire Punch bait, so that is brutal. I'm going to throw my own Earthquake and see what they want to do here. So I should probably have thrown the Fire Punch. No, I shouldn't have. They decided not to shield. Goodbye to the... Yeah, goodbye to that. The Groudon, and they come in with the Lugia. So I know that they're going to be... The reason I've swapped into my Dialga is because I know that they've got a Melmetal there, and I might as well get some chip damage on the Dialga, because, yeah... There is really no point having that up against a Melmetal. So instead, I'm just going to go straight for the Draco, and they don't shield it. So that's absolutely massive. And I'm able to get to an Iron Head as well. So this is looking really good. Managing to keep a shield, and now we're on equal shield. So I'm, again, not going to be shielding this up. Let's see what they want to do. So Rock Slide comes through and takes me out. I'm going to come out with my Groudon, throw the Fire Punch, and then swap into... And they shield that up. So swap it into my Raikou now because they swap into Lugia. I'm going to shield this up because they did have a lot of energy, and it is the Aeroblast. So Aeroblast comes through. They have got no shields. So I'm going to throw... So in hindsight, I probably should have thrown the Shadow Ball, but it does mean that I can throw back-to-back... Wild Charges here, and this should be doing enough to take them both out, and that's a good game by Raikou. So if you can get those matches done correctly, yeah, really nice. So I was able to go 3 and 3 and 2 in that set, so not too bad. Early days with Raikou and trying to get that energy management and shield management. I think the big one with Raikou is going to be shield management, and do I want to switch it to Volt Switch? So the reason I would think that Volt Switch might be a better one to go with is because when people are throwing charge moves, you might sneak through an extra Volt Switch, which will give you a lot of extra energy, a lot of extra damage, whereas if you sneak through an extra Thunder Shock, it's not too big a deal, whereas the Volt Switch kind of is a much bigger deal. So climbing up 2245, so we'll see if I can keep on climbing, but otherwise hopefully that was useful. So Raikou, I have run it in a previous season, so a long time ago now, so back in probably season 2, season 3, but with the rise of the flyers, so particularly Lugia coming in, I think the Raikou is a good check for that, and also there's a lot of Kyogres being played now as well, so it works out pretty well for that one too. So hopefully that works out. If anyone's got any team comp suggestions, shout them out. I'm always looking to try something new. With Master League, it's probably a little bit more expensive to do so, but if I've got them on, I'll give it a go. I might have to jump into my Palkia again. That was a team that was previously mentioned, and to be honest, I really like Palkia as a Pokemon. Worked out really well for me. So shout those teams out. We'll give it a go. Like I said at the start, thanks everybody who's subscribed. So I'm over 500. If you've not, hit that subscribe button down below and we'll continue to grow. But that's it from me for now. Thanks for watching, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye for now.